Frankfurt School. The Frankfurt School occupies a central position in the discussions on cultural studies. The critical question is why and what is Frankfurt School? Let's look into this briefly. Though an understanding of the school of thought requires effort, one can do that by looking into some of its preoccupations and areas of emergence. The Frankfurt School, also known as the Institute of Social Research, is a social, cultural and political philosophical movement of thought located in Frankfurt, Germany. It is the original source of what is known as critical theory. The institute was founded with the aim of developing Marxist studies in Germany. The institute eventually generated a specific school of thought, and in 1933, due to the Nazi takeover, the institute temporarily transferred first to Geneva and then in 1935 to New York and Columbia University. 2 years later, Horkheimer, one of the chief exponents of the school of thought, published the ideological manifesto of the school in his essay Tradition and Critical Theory. In 1938, Adorno, another exponent of the school, joined the institute. He was invited by Horkheimer to join the project. Gradually, Adorno assumed a preponderant intellectual role in the school. Later, Adorno and Horkheimer together published a seminal text in the field titled Dialectic of Enlightenment in 1947. What is critical theory and what is the critical issue involved in it? The academic influence of the critical method is far-reaching in terms of educational institutions in which such tradition is taught and in terms of the problems it addresses. Some of its core issues involve the critique of modernity and of capitalist society, the definition of social emancipation, and the perceived pathologies of society. Ideology, which according to Marx was totally inexplicable through the underlying system of production, had for critical theorists to be analyzed in its own respect and as a non-economically reducible form of expression of human rationality. Marxism is at the bottom of the critical theory, or at the bottom of Frankfurt School. Frankfurt School was founded upon the Marxian concept of ideology, or it is in a sense a neo-Marxist ideology. Critical theory provides a specific interpretation of Marxist philosophy and reinterprets some of its central economic and political notions such as commodification, reification, fetishization, and critique of mass culture. Such a revision of Marxian categories became extremely crucial then in the reinterpretation of the notion of dialectic for the analysis of capitalism. In the light of this, dialectic as a method of social criticism was interpreted as following form of the contradictory nature of capitalism as a system of exploitation. In the light of this, dialectic became a method, a central method in this Frankfurt School ideologies. Let's look into who are the major exponents of the theory. Some of the most prominent figures of the first generation of critical theorists are Max Horkheimer, Theodor Adorno, Herbert Marcuse, Walter Benjamin, Frederick Pollock, Leo Lowenthal, and Erich Fromm. They had 3 generations of emergence. The first generation of critical theorists was largely occupied with the functional and conceptual requalification of Hegel's dialectics. On the other hand, the second generation has been led by Jürgen Habermas, who has greatly contributed to fostering the dialogue between the so-called continental and analytical tradition. The third generation, then following the works of Hornitz, turned back to Hegel's philosophy and to Hegel's notion of recognition as a cognitive and pre-linguistic sphere grounding in the subjectivity. In short, critical theory has been strongly influenced by Hegel's notion of dialectics, which is very important. The later aimed at reconciling socio-historical oppositions, as well as by Marxist theory of critical theory, has been strongly influenced by Hegel's notion of dialectics too. The later aimed at reconciling socio-historical oppositions, as well as Marx's theory of economy and society and the limits of Hegel's bourgeois philosophy. Critical theorists, in their turn, rejected both the metaphysical apparatus of Hegel and the eschatological aspects connected to Marx theory. Frankfurt School is a significant area and it has contributed much to the theory on culture and cultural studies. In order to understand this area, though it's not that easy to delve deep into the aspects and preoccupations of Frankfurt School, one has to read through Hegel, Habermas, and so many others. Let's stop here, and I'll catch you in the next session with another set of ideas and aspects on this particular school of thought. Thank you.